Hi there, welcome to my views and news. With many stories from Eritrea. Ethiopia is suffering from Sidat-phobia. Interesting term which has been used by Eritrean official news source. That is Hadas, which is a newspaper published in Eritrea. This is the only newspaper which is published in Eritrea. Eritrea has only one newspaper, one television channel, one radio station, all owned by Eritrean government. Yesterday, Hadas Eritrea published an article, and Hadas used this term Sidat-phobia. An article without mentioning Ethiopia is completely about Ethiopia. What is this term and what does it mean? Secondly, we are Sudan, where a parallel government is planning to issue its own passport and maybe currency as well. Sudan split into Sudan and South Sudan. Now Sudan is splitting into Western Sudan and the rest of Sudan. Let's start, viewers. Firstly, Ethiopia Eritrea tensions. Sometimes people say, Sajid, you are just igniting a conflict. You exaggerate the gravity of the situation. Though I am just sharing with you what is being said by the ministers, by the news sources on both sides. I add my analysis to it. I don't make up stories. I think situation is not calm. It's not under control. Things are heating up very fast. It does not mean that tomorrow war will break out, that next week you could see airstrikes on Asmara from Addis Ababa or vice versa. No. But whenever there are hostilities, preceding to hostilities, there are narratives which are built, people are mobilized, military is mobilized. That is how countries prepare for wars. I have been saying that two countries are on a collision course. Still, I stand by it. But at the same time, I'm saying that war is not imminent. This atmosphere of attacking each other verbally should be diluted, I think, because if these war mongering narratives go on, then you can imagine what could happen in future, maybe in near future. I would repeat what I've been saying. 2025 is the year of Ethiopia hostilities. By the way, so today we'll have our first live chat. Tonight, rather. We have 3 live chats a week. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have live chats. And tonight, we'll focus again on the security situation in the Horn of Africa, in Ethiopia, Eritrea, Somalia, etc. Coming back to the use of this term by Eritrean government, the term is Sidatephobia. What does it mean? It means fear of silence. If someone is suffering from Sidatephobia, they are scared, very scared of silence. Hadas Eritrea published an article on Thursday. This is official newspaper of Eritrea. So what Hadas has written is basically official position of the Eritrean. And the article mentions a Chinese saying. The saying is that if you are weak, pretend to your enemy that you are strong. And if you are strong, pretend to your enemy that you are weak. Hadas Eritrea says that this strategy is being followed in the region. In the region means by Ethiopia. There's no mention of Ethiopia in this article, but the entire article is about Ethiopia. The newspaper states that you are hearing in the region. Claims like our military is very strong, unmatchable in Africa. We have the most advanced weapons. We will gain sea access. We won't disintegrate. We are united. No one can destroy us. Will destroy our enemies. We are strong, and we are making progress economically. All that is happening because the target of these claims is silent, and that is Eritrea. So, Hadas Eritrea says that Ethiopian government is scared of the silence of Eritrean government. Ethiopian government is suffering from Sidat-phobia. It is expecting or it wants Eritrea to respond, to react. Eritrea, cool and calm as a cucumber, though it's not, by the way. And Ethiopia now suffering from Sidat-phobia. And it is just involved in spreading narratives and rants and propaganda. Uh, and these narratives, these claims being launched by the Ethiopian government are indicative of fear and anxiety, which Ethiopia is suffering from. This is what Hadas Eritrea says, that Ethiopia is suffering from Siddete. By the way, Eritrea is not silent. Eritrea hosted is Hassan Sheikh and Al Sisi. Eritrea is saying in alliance with Egypt that it won't allow Ethiopia to be close to the Red Sea. Eritrea banned Ethiopian airlines from flying. Eritrea in contact with Ethiopian opposition groups, TPLF, maybe Fano too. This is what Ethiopia says. Eritrea denies. So Eritrea is not silent. Tit for tat. You can only talk about which party is more involved in this verbal war of words and some actual warlike preparations too. Both are involved. Basically, there is deficit of trust. These African leaders don't trust each other. They live in the past, and they are not ready to bury the hatchet and start a new beginning for their people. And they have brainwashed their people. Their people are also gearing up for another war. This is, by the way, very unfortunate. In almost each and every video these days, I am giving a message of peace. I'm saying people should pressurize their leaders. At least they should not be part of this blind patriotic propaganda against other nations, other countries. This is what gives legitimacy to these leaders to start wars. Stop them, condemn them, tell them to find solutions to problems through dialogue. If they cannot, they should make way for others. Others should take their place and start dialogue. War is not a solution, but narrative is being built. Both sides building narratives now. Second, about Sudanese. Sudan is seeing now two parallel governments. Abdurrahim Dagalo, the brother of Hamdan Dagalo, has announced that RSF-led government established in Darfur is considering printing currency and issuing passports. Parallel government has been established in Darfur. Al-Burhan government is based in Port Sudan, and RSF government is based in Darfur. This government has backing of some players like UAE, Kenya as well. That is why Al-Burhan criticized Kenya a few days ago when RSF leaders met in Nairobi. UAE is the main backer of RSF, and Sudanese military of Al-Burhan, Sudanese government of Al-Burhan has filed a case at International Criminal Court against the UAE, United Arab Emirates. And Sudanese government says that UAE is involved in backing genocide of Sudanese people, which is being committed by RSF. So the case has been officially filed by Sudanese government. Now, if RSF starts printing its money and issuing its passport, who will recognize the passport? Which countries will recognize Burhan's passport? Which will recognize RSF's passport? It means country is on the verge of another split. It saw split over a decade ago. Sudan, South Sudan split, and that was the start of instability, because so far both countries are destabilized. They could not stabilize. You know what is happening in South Sudan. I did a video on South Sudan yesterday. I told you about confrontation between Reich Machar and Salva Kiir, between White Army backed by Reich Machar and uh, South Sudan National Forces fighting in Nasser town. A minister was put under house. Minister was arrested. Reich Machar was put under house arrest 2 days ago. So the split which happened over a decade ago between Sudan and South Sudan could not lead to stability. If Sudan splits, it will lead to more instability in this region. The role of regional countries is crucial. What will they do? Will they recognize Dagalo's government? Will they back some sort of dialogue between the two sides, Burhan and Dagalo, for a unity government? The two have been part of dialogue. 7 initiatives have been launched: Ethiopia, Egypt, Eritrea, Kenya, Chad, Saudi Arabia, US, UN have been part of efforts of mediation, but no solution could be found. Thanks for watching.